You call yourself a centrist Republican. What do you make of the state of this election?
Well, I think that what's going on right now is that people are frustrated. I think they're frustrated. And they're frustrated with a lack of action. They're frustrated with a lack of commitment for Washington and our leaders to truly sit down and work on the issues and try to get to a compromise. Everything we do in our marriages, in our relationships, in our companies, when we talk to people, we compromise every day, all day long. And then we've gotten to this place in Washington where we don't compromise anymore. And I think that that's what they're saying. And at the same time, you're hearing a lot of serious rhetoric, I'd say, from the outer edges of each side. And as you get through the process, I think what we ultimately need is a leader who will bring these sides together and actually begin to solve the problems that the people care about. And I think that's what they ultimately want.
Who's that leader right now?
Well, I think that each side has a set of interesting candidates, and I think that if you press me on the Republican side, I actually think John Kasich has shown great results in what he's done in Ohio. He's done a phenomenal job, but I also think Hillary's a great candidate on the Democratic side. I think they both.
You're a Republican saying Hillary's a great candidate.
I know, isn't that shocking? I hope my dad's not watching.
You're not behind the GOP frontrunner right now, Donald Trump, a businessman like you.
Well, I think some of his policies are very good. I just think that what we need someone who will bring the country together. That's what I believe.
And you don't see that in him?
Well, I think that to date, what we need is people who talk about the issues and really get at, and also just really, they spend time trying to bring both sides to the center so that we can actually solve the problems of the country.
Donald Trump has said that free trade deals starting with NAFTA in the 90s, continuing with TPP now, are causing the middle class to disappear. He says we've, quote, sold out U.S. workers. Is he right?
Well, I think what most of the candidates are saying is that we need good trade deals, right? And we need good trade deals. I would tell you that we represent 5% of the world's population. Most of the consumers of goods are outside the United States. So I think that all businesses here need to be able to export their products and take advantage of, the consumers outside the United States. So I think most everyone believes we need, obviously, to drive trade on a global basis. I think that people just want to have smart trade.
But you wouldn't scrap NAFTA or TPP like he's saying. I mean, he's saying this is the reason that the middle class has declined.
No, I actually...
And he doesn't point to technology.
Well, I think if you really get down to what we need in this country, we need growth, right? 2% growth doesn't create jobs. It doesn't create the jobs that we need to actually, help the middle class in the country. And so to the extent that we have access to more markets outside the United States through TPP, I think that creates more jobs here. And that's what most of us believe, and we're very much supportive of TPP.
HP Enterprise CEO Meg Whitman, someone you know very well, said recently that Donald Trump's plan in terms of business and trade, quote, to put a 35% tariff for goods imported to the United States from Mexico and China would sink this country into a recession. She did not mince her words. Is she right?
Well, I think that getting back to the point earlier, I think, and if you listen to even Trump or the other presidential candidates in subsequent discussions, they say, look, we just need good trade, right? Does anyone really want to put 35%, 45% tariffs on imports? No.
Would that sink us to a recession if that actually happened?
So I'm not an economist, but what I do believe is that we need good trade, fair trade, and that we live in a global economy. And again, we need to be able to export our products to the consumers around the world. And I think that there are certainly goods that our consumers in the United States want to have access to as well. So I think it's all about good trade.